Mesh it up this Valentine's Day with the matching Ruby I Am Their Fury shirt and Sapphire I Am Their Patience shirt. Show the world your love is as strong as garnets. And please ignore the fact that we did this bit last year. Available on Teespring, this art was done by the talented Michael Fortman, aka SirFluffyFox. You can get them as premium or women's t-shirts. They print every 3 days, so be sure to pick them up fast in time for Valentine's Day. If you're single this year, then buy them anyway, save them and fall in love real quick, and then you could use them, but don't bring them out on the first date. It might be too much, be kind of weird. You gotta pace yourself. Hope you enjoyed the video.
Hey everyone, this is Haley from Cartivers. I'm back with another Steven Universe theory that's to do with the latest batch of episodes, also known as Steven Universe Stranded. Specifically, I'm once again discussing the contents of the episode Jungle Moon. In fact, I'm actually talking about the Jungle Moon itself and why it has been left intact over the millennia. This video topic was picked by my patrons over at Patreon in a weekly exclusive poll. If you'd like to help me choose which video to make, all you have to do is support the channel for as little as $1 a month, and there are some other cool rewards out there, so make sure to check the page out. Anyways, back to the topic at hand. The Jungle Moon is a satellite we saw Stevonnie explore throughout the titular episode. With few resources, they were forced to survive for a while until they were able to contact Lars and get him to rescue them. What we saw on this planet was unlike anything we had seen before in the show. A place that was not Earth nor an artificial environment. This Jungle Moon was flourishing with alien life. Not only that, but life has overrun the structure created by the diamonds when they used to occupy the planet. Yet, as I just mentioned, there is a clear gem influence on this moon, as shown by the diamond base. So why is it not void of all life and turned into an empty husk, like the planet it once orbited? Well, it may be as simple as the fact that this was just indeed a moon, and the only target the diamonds had in mind was the planet across from it. Perhaps since the moon was too small, despite the fact that it had life, it wasn't worth their time to also try and make kindergartens in it. Or perhaps it didn't have the right combination of environments to allow kindergartens. Yet we saw kindergartens on Homeworld, so it seems like they can be placed almost anywhere. Combine this with the fact that colonies always need to have a diamond base, just as Earth had the moon base, and we can get an answer. Another possibility is the fact that it had organic life, which then made Gems curious enough to study this place further. If you notice in the episode, the bird-like creature on this moon does do a move where it rolls its whole body. This is visually similar to the spin dash that Amethyst and Jasper can do. Perhaps the gems replicated what some of these creatures could do and used it when creating new gems. So those are some options. But there is something that makes me very curious about what this moon looks like currently. Okay, so let's assume that my first idea is correct and the Jungle Moon wasn't worth the time it took to try and suck all the energy out of it. Then, why is the diamond base in such disarray? I do understand it being overrun by plants, as that is common with abandoned buildings even here on Earth. But why is there still that crack on the glass that Pink Diamond created? Shouldn't Yellow Diamond have quickly fixed that? The colony looked nowhere near being finished when we saw it in the flashback/dream sequence. Colonies take many years to complete, perhaps even hundreds of years. There is no way that planet could have gone from flourishing to barren in a matter of days. It is possible that the crack went unnoticed by Yellow Diamond and the rest of the gems that resided there while the colony was being excavated. However, since Pink Diamond applied enough force to actually crack the glass panel, surely this would have made a loud enough sound for Yellow Diamond to hear it. This base was a place where a diamond might live for a while, so surely they would want it in tip-top shape without having any flaws such as the broken panel that could possibly lead to the base being exposed. But perhaps it was not that Yellow Diamond didn't notice it, it was that she did not care enough, despite it destroying the perfection of this place. This was, after all, only a temporary place that she would live in to watch over this colony. But more importantly, it showed that she might have been purposely ignoring Pink Diamond's actions. This was just another way that Pink was acting like a child instead of a leader. Bringing attention to all of her fits of rage would only make Pink do them more often so she could get what she wanted. And sure, other gems may have noticed it, but they probably would not have dared question the actions of a diamond and try to fix the panel without a diamond telling them to do so. So, there it stayed for thousands of years until Stevonnie stumbled upon it. This does not explain, however, why the devices inside the base still work. You would think that if things went as planned, at the end of the mission everything would be shut down properly once there was no longer any use for them. That brings me to the conclusion that it was eventually left in a hurry. Possibly this had to do with the war on Earth requiring the Yellow Diamond bring all of her forces there. Probably soon after this flashback, Pink Diamond did get Earth as their first colony, so this makes sense. As stated in a recent episode of the official Steven Universe podcast where they discussed the episode Jungle Moon, the planet across from the jungle moon was a successful colony.
It's a moon orbiting a planet, and the planet is completely bereft of life at this point. And so it's in the moon base, everything's
There's a lot of parallels to it could have been great.
Yes.
In that like in that episode you see a moon that's orbiting a gem colony that was unsuccessful, i.e. it's still alive, it's Earth.
Yes. This is what Earth would look like.
This is like a successful gem colony, basically.
So perhaps they didn't just get to do a few final things like shutting everything down. Also, a quick side note is that this ruined planet doesn't quite look as barren as what the Diamonds had planned for Earth. This could be because Earth had more potential resources, or the Diamonds left this planet in favor of another eventually. Also, going back to why the planet looks the way it does now, maybe gems don't really care about keeping things running, and left it like this in case they needed it later. It's not like the code to use their devices is only 5 inputs long. Oh wait, it is. Did they really not think that there was other intelligent life out there that could possibly take advantage of their technology one day? I suppose not, but that would be a video for another day. Now is the time in the video where I ask you guys for your thoughts on this. Do you think it was just because the jungle moon was a moon that the Diamonds kept it as it was? Or was it something much more complex? Let me know in the comments down below, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Also, thank you to all my patrons who helped support the channel. Like I said before, this video was picked from a list of ideas on what video to make next. Another cool Patreon reward is that you get to request any show for me to make a video on. So if you're dying for me to make a video on, let's say, OK KO, this is how you get me to do just that. The links for some interesting information, such as the podcast, is also a Reddit post I found very interesting and really helped inspire me with this theory, are going to be linked down below. So, thank you for watching and have an animated day.